Welcome to the Love We Share for Entrepreneurship-Podcast, where we dive deep into topics around business strategy, female empowerment, and entrepreneurship education. We do this by sharing real stories, lessons learned, and useful tools that can help you follow your entrepreneurial path, make you smarter, and enable you to be more innovative. My name is Mareike Simtandile Mguelo, and I'm happy to be your host for this podcast. Thank you for listening and watching. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my content, as it will help a great deal of spreading the message. Welcome everyone to the Love We Share for Entrepreneurship podcast. I am here with Krystyna Cordes this morning, the founder of Kamis Links and von Lauersdorf. And with your two brands, you are designing and producing high-quality baby carriers for about 10 years now. That
Yes.
she will tell us more about in a bit. She is based in Bremen, and this is also where we met at a regional startup event. And when we first spoke, I was so intrigued by your story and all the learnings that you have had or had to make, actually, on your entrepreneurial journey as a single mother of two. And besides being a product management and marketing expert, you also rent out or sell holiday homes or holiday apartments, and you've previously worked for the court. Welcome,
Yes.
Krystyna, and thank you for joining me on this podcast.
Yes, thank you, Mareike. Thank you for having me here. And as you said, we met I think it was a year ago and there was an instant match connection. And I really appreciated you asking me to be in this podcast with you. And I would like to share everything I have experienced. And I think we don't always need to make own experiences. We can also learn from other people as well. So I'm happy to share whatever I can contribute.
Most definitely. And I'm so happy that we, stayed in touch and actually had a few
Yes.
engagements after our startup event. I still remember the time when we had our big event, the She Starts Now, where we invited you to do a panel talk amongst four other wonderful ladies. And then we stood together in a circle of women after the event, speaking about really the fact that these stories, all of your stories, they need to be shared. And that's why we had the quick brainstorming of why does the podcast need to be there also, right? Or
Yes.
why does your story need to be shared? And I'm so happy that we're finally doing this. So, Krystyna, how did you wake up this morning? Let's start there.
Oh, I woke up at 5:30. It's my usually time to wake up. It has not always been like this, but I really appreciate the slow mornings now. Then I first need a coffee, and then I put on some music to get me in a good state. And I also like to move a little bit in the morning, and sometimes I take a cold shower to be awake. So this is how my morning has been. And then I took my dog for a walk, the fresh air. I love that in the morning. And after that, I come to work to be on my work desk and do whatever is coming up that day.
That sounds like you've already had a lot of things to do in the morning.
Yes.
Different to me, definitely, because I'm more like a night owl, so I struggle in the morning if I didn't, at
Yes.
least snooze 2 or 3 times. But maybe I can change that in the future. Sounds like I need to get a dog first and go outside to have a reason to really go outside in the morning, because it's freezing at the moment. We are
Yes.
recording this in Germany, and despite the sky being super nice and blue today, so we're coming together because I think it's really, really nice what you have to share with the people here on this podcast. And would you like to share a bit more about what your business is all about? When did you
Yes.
start it? Why did you
For
start
sure. For sure. I'm a single mother of two, I call them small kids, but they're not so small anymore. My biggest daughter is 11 years old, and this is where everything started as well. She was a baby who needed to be very close to me all the time. And back then, 11 years ago, there haven't been many opportunities. Well, there were baby wraps and everything, but I became a very young mother. So I didn't really feel connected to those kind of stylish reps or to the style of the reps which were able to well, what were offered on the market. So I started to baby wear her, and I didn't feel good in those things. So at one point I said, okay, well, maybe I should do it myself. And I, became a part of this baby wearing bubble kind of thing. And then I was like looking for a designer, and I draw the first designs, and I was Googling waving mills in Germany. And so it was like a very impulsive way of founding my first company. But this is how it all started. And then, of course, it took a few years to develop. I started in 2015 with the first ideas. And then in 2016, I came on the market with my first baby wearing brand, Kami Slings. From there on, it developed. The first carriers came in 2018. Yeah, then due to a personal background, I decided to license my brand because I needed to take a break from everything. So I found this bigger company in southern Germany who took the license of my products and the branding and everything. So I had like a 4-year break. But I was still part of the market. I worked as a product developer and marketing expert for different brands, and also for the brand I licensed my products to. But well, the time was kind of rough. It was the Corona years also, so yeah, we all struggled a little bit. And at the end, it turned out that the partnership was not a very good way for both of us, I think. And we had to end the contract. But unfortunately, it was not like ending in a nice way. So it was tough years for me between 2023 and 2024, because I had to sort out myself completely. I didn't know if I can get the brand back. We actually had to go to court as well to figure it out. But also, this was a very tough time for me, and I struggled a lot. So I asked myself, will I be doing baby carriers again, or do I want to do something completely different? So it was not only a tough time business-wise, but also for my self-development, because I had to discover myself again to know what I really want. And so this time I had a very nice network and support system, which helped me a lot to go through this. And I figured out that my heart beats for baby carrying. So this is actually what I want to do and what I had to do. Yes. And since I didn't know what will happen to Kami Slings due to the fight we had about the contracts, I came up with the other brand, von Lauersdorf, which has actually been in my mind since 2014 already. It was the first ideas. All the things I'm doing now in the premium segment have been on my mind since 2014. But back at that time, I wasn't ready to go for premium. So I put it back in my drawer and closed it. And every once in a while, I was thinking about it. And but yeah, the first years I went with Kami Slings, which is like a more sporty kind of brand. But now I felt really ready to go for premium, and I was looking over it, and all of a sudden it kind of was very easy for me to complete this brand. And so I knew it was the time to go with von Lauersdorf as well. And then I also won in court, and then I had Kami Slings back also. So this is how I ended up with 2 brands.
It came back to you. So
yes,
that's great. I mean, that you currently also being able to develop those both brands together and kind of tap into different markets for those products. And so what did it take, right? Or what did you need in order to take that step towards developing von Lauersdorf and actually trusting in yourself for taking the next leap of faith and saying that I think let me do this again?
I think it was really important for myself to go on this self-development journey as well. I think I really needed to like be ready for the premium carrier, because you face you face a different market and also different expectations in the market. And offering a premium product also means you have to be ready to give premium. And sometimes when you like have fears about things like, am I good enough, or is my product good enough? You're not ready to go into premium, because for that you need to have a confidence in yourself and in your products and everything. And I don't mean by that I have not been confident about what I do, but I was always, during the whole process, the 10 years of developing myself, it was also a process of like, not also be confident about what I develop, but standing there and facing expectations and still be confident about saying what it is. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no, I think it's more like, as far as I understand, it's more the feeling of it, right?
Yeah.
A lot of female founders that I'm working with, they also have a strong intuition that sometimes they can't explain why it's not the time yet, right?
Yes.
To start something new. Same as this podcast, it also had a bit of time to develop, and it needed to come at the right point of, like in the right point of time. Do you say that like that?
Yes.
So I think giving yourself the time is so valuable, and once you kind of take the leap of faith, so oftentimes it falls into place, and that's also what happened with you and your business. And I'm so happy that you're sharing this. Thank you so much for allowing us to kind of be part of your journey a bit. And I just wanted to go back in time a bit and ask you, because you did a different job before you started your business. Growing up, what did you want to become?
Well, if we go back like a long time, like 30 years ago, when I was 5 years old, my parents and my godmother told me that when I was a kid, like 4 or 5 years old, I always said I want to have my own purse when I'm old. And what I meant by this is I want to be self-entrepreneur. But then when I became older, I had like a really strong calling for justice. Like, first of all, I wanted to become a police woman, but it didn't work out. I didn't. Well, they didn't take me. So then I worked.
They went that way. So you actually applied for the. They test, right?
Yeah, exactly. But I'm very happy it didn't work out. So then I applied for the justice, or to work in court, and this is what I studied as well. I became a mother in between, so I worked there for like around 10 years. My mental health was like suffering that time. So 2020, I got out of the system. So yeah.
Yeah, they have lots of rules that you have to comply with, and I guess also since you're working with people and stories and like not so nice experiences that they had to go through, I can imagine that. And is there anything though that you're taking from this job that helps you now on your entrepreneurial journey?
Yes, of course. I think first of all, I think it was not only the stories which gave me trouble to deal with it. I think it was I also have ADHD, and I think women who have ADHD can maybe understand now what I'm trying to say. When you have like those daily work habits which are always the same, it's very hard to deal with this. So it was not the system itself, but it was the way of working and the way of the how the structure is kind of, which made me sick. And that doesn't mean that the job is not good or not treating the people good, but it was not good for me because I need structures which give me freedom to go with my struggles. Also, I have with the energy, like ups and downs and everything. And sometimes I have those hyper focus moments where I can do work in 2 hours, which usually takes like 3 days. And then I have a day which I just have to take off because my energy level just can't deal with anything. So this is, this is the reason I went out of the system. But back to your question, of course, it helps me a lot that I studied law and I have all those experiences in the different stages in court as well, because it actually helped me a lot also to deal with my former partnership business wise, that I was always able to read the contracts with a like kind of lawyer background. It always made me feel safe about those things, and also I might be a little more critical about with partnerships. Like I always want to like write down everything and that both sides can be sure. And I'm very like loyal also. When we say something, I stand for it. And I think this is something which comes from that background.
Yeah. I'm glad that it helped you right when you needed it. And also the fact that there's specific things that lawyers, they're also paying a lot of attention to the details. And when it comes to having a challenging time with partnerships, it's good to know those in detail. Some people sign off things without even reading them. So yeah. And when did you know though? Like, or let me ask a slightly different question. What motivated you to consider that this idea that you had should be a business? Like when you were wanting this idea to the market, what were the reactions from people?
When I found it the first time, Kami Slings, I think it was, I think lucky that I've been so naive about things. And I was just thinking about it this morning. Back then, I had one child, but I had a wholly different background. I was financially secured, and I was married to that time also. So I knew no matter what happens, I have a kind of safe place. Nothing can happen to me, but gaining experience. So what motivated me was just the idea of creating something, like having something, or I had so many ideas in my mind and I really wanted to express what is inside of me. So I think that was the biggest motivation back then. And when I found it the second time, it was the knowing that there's no alternative to it, because I know myself now that I just don't like to work in other structures but the structures I put for myself. So it's also hard to work for somebody. I would do it like part-time to gain experience, but not full-time and not my home life. So I know there's no alternative now, but being a self-entrepreneur.
And it's good to figure this out, right? Knowing what is best for you. And has the relationship, now that you're an entrepreneur, has the relationship to money changed over time?
Yes. I think back then, I was, it was like a development process. Back then, I didn't really think about money, to be honest. And then there came a time which was really tough, money-wise. So then every decision was very complicated for me and put me into a lot of stress. It was the time when I had the court fight with my former business partner. This really put me under a lot of pressure because also like, I was just lacking a lot of money due to that process. So coming out of this was, I think, the biggest part for me to found a second time. But now I realized money comes and money goes. Like it's like a
Flows.
flowing. And yes, and always when I get an invoice, I say, okay, where money goes, energy flows. This is what I always tell myself. And yeah, so I experience that money always comes back, even it goes out, but it comes back from different surprising places.
And how do you now make your investment decisions? Like, where do you save? Where do you invest?
I trust my gut a lot, but of course it's not only a gut decision. I have my plan, what I want to reach in a certain period of time. So I try to stick with that plan also, but the decisions which come in between, I try to like see, do I have financial room for this? Does it make sense to put in this investment? And my gut feeling is a strong advisor for me, the strongest.
So you would say that you're a very intuitive person.
Yeah, yes,
yeah,
I am.
same for me. I also feel that sometimes you just need to listen and ask yourself. Actually, one of
Yes.
my screens even says this: trust your intuition. That is so strong.
Yes.
Let me follow my intuition and see which questions I want to ask you next. So I think we often need a support system that's helping us a lot on the journey, because it is definitely tougher than just having a corporate job. So who opened doors for you that you were not able to open for yourself?
There are a lot of people who opened micro doors, which are also very important. I cannot really say a complete answer, or there have been one person, but there is like one person I work with since almost 10 years or so. She runs it's called Trageschule Hamburg, and it's like it's like a school for example, midwives or people who want to become a baby wearing consultant. And she supported me from the day on a lot. I opened up to herself before I even found it, that I have this idea to do so. And from there on, she has been on my side every once in a while and helped me. For example, in the very beginning of Kami Sings, she took my baby reps into her classes, and from there on, I was like every baby wearing consultant who came from her school had my baby rep. So this was like a big door opener. And also, yes, she helped me a lot. And also there was like a businessman from the Netherlands. He runs a big company for baby things as well, and his mentoring and his experience also helped me a lot, not opening doors in particular, but getting to know a lot of people internationally, which I think will be helpful in the future as well. And for example, I'm part of your mentorship program for female founders, and I work with Anja, and she is amazing, and I really love to work with her. And I think this is a big milestone for me as well, for a lot of open doors and development.
Yeah, when it comes to mentorship, also I get that question a lot when it comes to like, how do I even find one? So have you previously had different mentors, and how did you find them?
Well, Anja, I came across to Anja from your program. When we talk about other mentors, I met them by accident. Well, maybe not accident. I think
maybe
everything
not.
is.
I could see you thinking, like, was it?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I actually think everything happens for a reason, so I don't really believe in those accidents. Um, like, for example, I attend a lot of festivals for self-development. I love Tony Robbins, who helps me staying motivated a lot, and I've been to his program, the UPW, last year, and I met a lot of amazing people who are part of my peer group now, and we push each other every day, or we just mentor each other, and we are from all kinds of different branches. but what combines us is that we are all there for each other and helping out also. Like when the one woman needs help with advice for young kids or babies or whatever, I'm there. And also when I need a financial advice, there's another one who is like focused on that theme. So yeah, I think just staying open and go with your gut feeling, listen to it, what kind of callings you have, what events you want to attend. And like I met you also this way. I think, yeah, it will find you.
Yeah, so proactively go to events,
Yes.
also loving events. And now we also have different online events that even are free of charge. Some regional support systems they do offer. So if you have a local entrepreneurship support
Yeah.
close to where you live, then maybe knock on their doors and just say that, hey, do you have any events happening? So
Yes.
I currently work for Starthaus, and also there you have lots of offerings in the calendar. So just go and check it out at this point. So, but let's also talk about maybe supporting others. Like when did you last empower someone else, and what did you do?
Well, actually 2 days ago, what did I do? It's hard, it's actually hard to answer that, because there are all kinds of advices you can give to people. But I think the most important part of empowering people is that you listen to them. And it's not always the giving advice, but more the see them and listening to them. And, just feel what they need and maybe, go in there. So, the last advices I gave were actually not, about babies or baby carrying or something, but more about this process of finding yourself, finding your self empowerment, and what can you do to find your inner strength and power.
Yeah, and to get it back. Sometimes
Yeah.
we're all at this point, maybe in our lives, and we need to definitely reach out to others just to open up and
Yes.
share some tips, and sometimes just listen. Maybe get the person to figure it out themselves, because often the answers are within them.
Exactly.
Is there currently something that that you would like to get a bit of an, you would like to ask for support? Is there something that in your business where you currently still think like, there's so much development potential, but I don't know how to approach it?
Oh, yes. Actually, I have, even if it looks like having everything in place, it's not always like this. Like we talked about the financial investment decisions I make, but it is a lot easier for me to make them intuitive. But this is something I would like to learn a lot more about, like calculating and really like planning, having sheets, and for example, doing a business plan. This is like killing me. Numbers is killing me. So I'm very happy for all kinds of advices to that topic. So I think this is actually the biggest part for me to become a better expert in calculating numbers as well, and not only making decisions from the intuition.
Yeah, definitely you will get support with that. I already know that you are, you have someone helping you with this, but in case you need
Yeah.
any assistance, then you're more than welcome to reach out anytime. And sometimes
Thank you.
we know that certain things are just like, we push them away because it's not one of our main strengths. But that's definitely, something where we can open up and say that actually I need someone here to guide me through the process. So, if there's a piece of advice that you could share with someone who's planning to start their entrepreneurial journey, what would that be?
I think that would be that if you have this idea and you have this calling to do so, go for it. We don't always need to know how we get to the result we are seeking for, but the most important thing is, I think, to start, and the doors start to open up themselves. You don't need to know the how, and also don't get distracted from falling in between. Going through this also means falling, standing up, falling, standing up, falling, standing up. And at one point it's you just go further and then you fall once and the distances of walking became longer. So just stick with it and follow the path and yeah, don't give up. Don't give up. I think it's the most important part.
That's what I respect about you a lot as well. Like having an idea and following, like going through with it, and really also developing new products and different designs, and bringing those to the market and to the people that really become your customers. So that's something that I really, I respect that about you and
Thank you.
your journey. So going on fairs and actually displaying what you worked on. Is there any other rewarding experience that you can share with us when it comes to engaging with your customers?
I think for me, it's the small feedbacks I get in between. Like, I had one customer and, I really love to package. So for my premium carrier, for example, they get a handwritten letter and I put a lot of love into this whole packaging process as well, because for me, it's like an exchange of energies as well. They trust my products. So I want to give them or I want to value their decision as well. So that's why I put a lot of love inside of packaging. And this one woman, she immediately reached out to me and said, well, you know what? I have bought a lot of designer clothing and a lot of designer bags, but I have never seen such a lovely and valuable packaging. And I was so amazed by your words. And actually, the words I give to the customers are always personalized. So when sometimes it's not that possible, but I always give a personal wish for them. And sometimes we have a talk before, like they looking for advice, what kind of carrier, which color, and so then I know a little bit about them, and I put some personal words inside. And the most reward is for me, like getting this feedback from every single customer, how much they appreciate the carrier, or how happy the child is, or also on the fairs, like I never push people to buy. I always say, try it. And the most important part is that you are happy with the product. I don't want you to buy something or put your money inside and then you're not happy. So I always give the possibility to try things first. And when they come back and say, you know what, I've tried like 8 different carriers on this fair, but yours has been the most comfortable. And I'm just so in love. I don't want anything else. This is the biggest reward for me. Yes.
Such a wonderful feedback as well, because that the attention to detail that you put, it just, there's a reason why you put it. Is there anything that you do when things are just getting a bit tougher, and maybe sharing a piece of advice for those who are currently experiencing a difficult time in their business?
Well, I would lie if I would say it's always easy for me to go over trouble or problems. I think you have to find something which gives you the strength back to go over those moments, because at the end you might know that you will get over it, but sometimes it does not feel like it. So we like fall into all those kind of emotions and get overwhelmed. So what I actually like to do is that I go ice bathing when I face a tough time. And like this freezy weather is perfect for it because it brings you to the edge of comfort. And just holding the discomfort and feeling your body and feeling what happens to the emotions inside of you. Like your whole body gets into like a state of emergency, and realizing you will survive this helps going through tough times as well, because it makes the problem seem a lot smaller, and you just can't handle it because you just handled very freezing cold water. So this is something what helps me a lot, and also like talking with people and just
while you're sharing this, I'm freezing now.
yes.
I would never do that. I don't think so. But everyone needs to find something that helps you, right? So
Exactly. And Actually, you're very warm after. It's not that cold when you go inside. You think, oh, holy, I don't know why I do this. And I even sometimes have that I cry and the emotions come out. And this is good, I think. And then you get over it and you get out and you feel so strong and you think, okay, this wasn't easy, but I made it. So I can do other things as well. But sometimes it also helps to just like call your inner circle, your people, and just talk about it. I don't always need advice. I just sometimes need a person who listens to, I really hate what's going on. So feel what you need. Yeah.
Yeah. I was just gonna ask, like, what else would you tell someone who doesn't feel like ice bathing? But yeah, calling your inner circle definitely sounds like a nice alternative. So find your inner circle, right? Find those
Yes.
people that you want to surround yourself with when things get a bit tough and you want to get
Yes.
out.
That is very important because I also think that you exchange a lot of energy with people. And if you're surrounded by people who do not believe in you or your vision, it will push you down. And so I think this is a very important thing to find your peer group or your inner circle people who keep pushing you and because people who are not supportive for you can cost your business, I think. So be very careful with your decisions, with whom you spend the most time with.
Yeah, that's a very good advice. Thank you for sharing this. I would like to end off the episode with
Yes.
5 quick questions. I'm
Okay.
not sure how quick they will be because it's the first time testing them. But hey, are you ready for this?
I am ready.
Awesome. So what tool is critical for your business to function?
What tool? Can you ask in a different way?
So if you're using something, it could be a digital tool, it could also be
Okay.
something analog. What is it that needs to be there? Otherwise, you would struggle doing your business.
I think my phone. It's the most important thing for me. I do so many things in between, and yeah, it's my phone, definitely.
So the communication channels to your
Yes.
clients, and
Yes.
yeah, definitely. What are you using specifically? So how are you in touch with your clients?
Well, I have an iPhone, and I, of course, mail, Instagram are the most important things, WhatsApp, the groups and everything. It's just a lot of times like a fast exchange of communication. So it wouldn't work for me to wait until I'm at my desk.
Yeah, and it goes away from emails,
Yeah.
just a bit more.
Yes.
Okay, next one. You set up a business dinner. Who would sit at your table?
I can choose everybody in this world.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I would really love to sit with Michelle Obama and Oprah Winfrey. I would also like to sit with Tony Robbins. Who else? Yeah, I think those people were my first people to sit with.
Awesome. So pieces of advice, sharing,
Yeah.
just learning from those who made it in their own space. What is one item on your bucket list? Do you have one?
I have one. I have a lot of things on my bucket list. A lot of things on my bucket list are something with traveling. For example, I would like to see the polar lights, but I think the first thing would be to do a riding safari somewhere on a horseback.
You can do that in Lesotho. They have great scenery, but it's a bit far to travel there. It's a country surrounded by South Africa, so
Yeah, nice.
but definitely nice scenery.
Yeah.
And if you had unlimited money in your business bank account for a week, what would you do? How would you invest it?
For 1 week, that's a very good question. I think I would put, I would restock, and make and have a full stock. Also, I would get me coaches as well to get the advices to be able to handle everything after the money is gone the week after. So I think, yeah, those two things: get products in stock and invest in myself and in coaches to help me after that period.
Right. And finally, what do you love most about entrepreneurship?
The freedom in every decision you make. And the freedom to express yourself in every single detail of your entrepreneurship.
Thank you so much. I'm very grateful for your time and getting to know you and your business a bit more. And where can the people find you if they want to follow your journey and, learn more about you, see your products?
Yeah. Thank you. First of all, thank you very much for having me here. And the people can find me the easiest, I think, on Instagram, von Lauersdorf, or Kamislings, and also from our website, from von Lauersdorf.de or .com. We have those
in the description of the episode.
Yes. And I would always, sorry for interrupting, I would like to invite everybody who's interested just to reach out, and I'm happy to have like calls or Zooms with customers also, or not customers, who are interested in the products. So this I would like to offer to everybody as well.
Great. So all the parents out there that are prepping for their baby to arrive, you're more than welcome to reach out to Krystyna.
So remember that life is a story worth sharing. Continue to share yours with the world. And a big shout out to all those of us who follow the entrepreneurial journey. We need your valuable solutions to solve problems we are facing today and tomorrow. I would love to hear your thoughts on this episode. Feel free to leave a comment and follow our social media channels that you'll find in the description. Keep well.